88.7 FM.
Looking for a reliable, up-to-date source of credible news at all time? Your shining Supreme station is the answer. Stay tuned for the news on the hour by 1 p.m. every day on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. Shining Supreme.
From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is News on the Hour.
In the headlines. President Bola Tinubu hails NDLEAs over major trans-border broad drugs. APC Kwara Governorship Elections Committee promises transparent poll today. Amzat Adiola emerge APC flag bearers in Lagos, Ogun. Kwara government calls for more patronage of primary healthcare centers. Moving on to the world of the foreign news, angry crowd sets Abela hospital tents on fire in DR Congo. Moving on to the world of sport, Kwara United express readiness for relegation's battle against Bayelsa United. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us for the news on the hour for today. Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. I am Precious. Afolabi will bring you details of the news after the short break. Please, we'll be right back.
They never sabi anything. Now we get this town and city and we go burn and down as long as say you they give us better money. Nothing consign us. Just give us the change and we go scatter ground.
Young man, wait, stop and think. Why cut your life short, following evil orders from unpatriotic elements? Ask yourself, would they put their own children in these dangerous situations? Is it worth the shame, pain, and disgrace to your family, friends, and loved ones? Think about it and say no to being used to disrupt the peace.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Glad to know you're still there and welcome back from that short break. Please do note that you can listen to it via website www.diamondfm.net, watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) over the bust of the Nigerian-Mexican drug syndicate and dismantling of the multi-million-dollar drug network. This is contained in a statement issued by the presidential spokesperson Bayo Ononuga. In Abuja today, as NDLEA chairman retired Brigadier General Buba Marwa, as earlier announced the major breakthrough following weeks of intelligence gatherings and the coordinated operations involving NDLEA operatives and the international security partners. Tinubu describes the operations as a significant milestone in Nigeria's campaigns against organized crimes, narcotics trafficking, and trans-border criminal networks threatening the national and the regional security. The president said that the successful operations demonstrated exceptional professionalism, courage, and the unwavering commitment. The chairman of All Progressives Congress APC Kwara State Governorship's Primaries Elections Committee Senator Musiliu Obanikoro has assured party members and stakeholders of the free and fair, transparent primaries today. He said in a statement this morning that the materials will be distributed before the Jumat prayer, adding that the voting will commence simultaneously in all the 16 local governments thereafter. Obanikoro said that the committee is fully prepared to conduct the exercise in the strict compliance with the directives of APC National Headquarters and in accordance with the established party guidelines. It disclosed that the committee held a strategic meeting with the organizations and the governorship aspirants at the APC State Secretariat in Ilorin, the state capital, where they were thoroughly briefed on the electoral processes. The governorship primaries elections of All Progressive Congress APC held across the 377 ward in Lagos and 236 ward in Ogun State yesterday witnessed a massive turnout of party faithfuls. The electoral officers Kayode Kazeem Eleshi at the end of the exercise announced that the three aspirants were Amzad, polling a total of 2,210 votes, and out of the 2,430 accredited voters, and Samuel Joshua, fondly called SMA, who had earlier withdrawn from the race, and Lanre Jean Kamar scoring 1 vote. Addressing the media, Hamza thanked voters for coming out in large numbers to vote massively for him and promised not to disappoint them if elected as governor in 2027 governorship poll. In Ogun State, Adeola emerges as the APC flag bearer for the Ogun State chapter of APC, follows the withdrawal of another aspirant, Honorable Abayomi Udeyi, who announced his withdrawal via correspondence allegedly forwarded to the party's leadership in the state. The African Democratic Congress ADC has hailed the judgment of a federal high court in Abuja. Vaulting aspects of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) revised the timetable for the 2027 general elections. The Federal High Court in Abuja had earlier ruled that INEC lacked the powers to impose timelines inconsistent with the provisions of the Electoral Act 2026, including deadline related to the party's primary submissions of candidate particulars and substitutions of the candidate. In a statement in Abuja by the National Publicity Secretary NPS Bolaji Abdullahi, the party describes the ruling as a validation of concerns and earlier raised over some provisions of the electoral body's guidelines. And according to the party, it had objected the timeline imposed by the INEC for party primaries and membership registration, arguing that parts of the guidelines contributed to constitutionals in the statutory provisions. Coming on to the Ofonsin, the Executive Secretary, Kwara State Primary Health Care Development Agency, Professor Nusirat Elelu, has called on the Kwarans to take ownership of the primary health care center across the state, which the government has spent a lot of resources on. Professor Elelu made the call during a citizens' town hall meeting organized to sensitize the public on the importance of patronizing primary health care centers across the state. She reiterated the commitment of the Kwara State government under Malam Abdurrahman Abdurrazak to providing adequate health care across the nooks and crannies of the state. And according to her, the investment of the government is renovating equipment and providing health personnel, which will be a waste without patronage by the citizens. Other stakeholders who spoke during the town hall meeting lauded the statement government and investigating the primary's health care, even as they advised the citizenry to use the primary health care where antenatal, immunization, and child delivery are free. The National Youth Service Corps NYSC has extended the service year for 12 corps members in Osun State over breaches committed during the 2025 Batch A Stream 2 program. The development was disclosed by the Osun State NYSC coordinator Ekenga Ita Ikogwaya during the distributions of the certificates of national service to corps members who successfully completed the mandatory programs on Thursday in Oshogbo. Kubuaga stated that the disciplinary measures were taken in line with the NYSC's bylaw governing the conduct of corps members nationwide during the national service year. He commends the majority of the ongoing corps members for their dedications and contributions to the growth and development of the communities where they serve during the one-year program. The news is reaching you from Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. We go on a break now. When we return, we'll bring you foreign and sport news. Please, we'll be right back.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Welcome back. You're still listening to the news on the hour, reaching you from Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. Now we move to the foreign scene. An angry crowd set alight in the sections of the hospital at the epicenter of the Ebola outbreak in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo after family and friends of a young man thought to have died from the virus were prevented from taking his body away for burial. In the chaos, police fired warning shots to disperse the crowd. The body of the dead Ebola victim is highly infected, and authorities need to ensure safe burial to stop the spread of the virus. Medical workers at the Ruaparan hospital located near the city of Bunia in Ituro province, where almost all of the cases have been reported, were placed under the military protections as the police moved in to restore order. Still on the foreign scene, United States President Donald Trump says the U.S. will send an extra 5,000 troops to Poland a week after the Pentagon cancelled the planned development of 4,000 troops to the country. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte welcomes the move ahead of the meeting of the foreign minister in Sweden, adding that the trajectory towards European becoming less reliant on the U.S. this will continue. Writing on the Truth social media platform, Trump said that the decision was based on the U.S. relationships with the Polish President Karol Wojtyła, and which wins the back during the presidential elections last year. He did not give further details on whether the additional troops were part of the previous planned deployment or a different operation. Moving on to the world of sport, Kwara United technical advisor Ashifat Suleiman has expressed his team's determinations to secure a positive result in the last games of the season against Bayelsa United. The Harmony Boys will be guests of Bayelsa United at the Samson Siasia Stadium, Yenagoa this weekend. Kwara United need a point from the game to secure their top flight status. Suleiman and Dada's player are aware of their targets in the game. Suleiman said in a chat that this weekend fixtures against Bayelsa United was the reason the team rested some of the best legs in the President Federation Cup. The Nigerian Football Federation has moved to strengthen ties with the Chinese Football Associations following a high-level meeting between NFF leadership and the Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, His Excellency Yu Zhuayin, in Abuja. NFF President Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gazau described football as a powerful instrument for deepening relations between nations and expressed keen interest in closer collaborations with China's football, particularly the women's games where China ranks amongst the world elites. Ambassador Yu Donghai, now in a second year in Nigeria, commended Gazau for the one interest shown in China's football, noting that both nations already enjoyed robust collaborations across several sectors. Also present at the meetings were NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohammed Sanusi, NFF Director of Media and Communications Dr. Ademola Olajire, Chinese Embassy Fourth Secretary Nisheng Cheng, and NFF Director of Protocol Barnabas Joro. And with that, we have come to the end of the news across the world for today. As this, before we go, we have the recap of the major highlights. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu hails NDLEA over major transborder drug bust. APC Kwara Governorship Elections Committee promises transparent poll today. Amzat Adiola emerged APC flag bearer in Lagos, Ogun. Kwara government calls for more patronage of primary healthcare centers. Moving on to the foreign news, angry crowd set Ebola hospital test in a fire in DR Congo. Lastly, in the world of sports, Kwara United expressed readiness for relegation's battle against Bayelsa United. Do you know today? In history, in 1973, the National Youth Service Corps NYSC were established by Decree number 24 under General Yakubu Gowon to reconcile and rebuild the national following the Nigerian Civil War. If you don't know, now you know. For information or happenings around you, please contact Diamond FM Newsroom on this number 0916 062 7526. The news on the hour was edited by Abiodun Akinwumi and read to you by Precious Afolabi. Many thanks for listening to your Shining Supreme stations and happy weekend. Please do note that the Yoruba version of the news will be coming immediately. Please stay tuned.
For up-to-date news reported across the globe, be rest assured you're on the right radio dial. Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, your shining supreme station.